Welcome back to more of the legend. So, like I said, our next destination is pretty close to the arena anyway. Oh great, the soldiers are still patrolling. Hey, they're on our side! Oh, by the way, here's the Postman. I can't help but feel this guy's related to the one from Majora's Mask. Nothing will keep him from his work. So before we go to the Eastern Sewers, it's not necessary, but yes, there is a monster in the Eastern Sewers. And I believe this is actually the last of the side quest monsters in the game, so that means we'll have another achievement in the bag soon. So while we're on our way to the Eastern Sewers, we want to stop by Anton and Ricky again. Aha! We are blocking the soldier! So ignoring the blocked soldier for a second, Anton is telling the truth here. You need to wait for her to walk by 3 times. And he has a book. Yeah, I think we know where this is going. Let's see what Ricky thinks of this whole scheme. Yep, he thinks it's pretty weird. So, there's this girl walking around, and if you run, you might actually be able to see her. There she is, okay. So yeah, see the heart appear? That indicates that she's made one pass. If you want, you can kind of go after her and talk to her. Well, this is only gonna end well. I say with extreme sarcasm. I believe you can make this go faster by holding the turbo button. Oh, there she is. That second time. Okay, here she comes. We have to wait out just one more time. And it should be obvious when you've, made progress. Yeah, see, she's pausing with a ... She's creeped out. And so with us around, she'll finally be able to walk past him. And with that, Anton's gonna give us Carnelia Finale. And thankfully, we don't have to be here for the inevitable brutal rejection. So that is it. That is all the Carnelias. But I will just say the achievement is not actually for getting them all, it's for reading them all. So I might want to go ahead and take care of that as soon as possible. And you might want to do that too. Make sure you read the Carnelias right now, because you might not get another chance after a certain point in the game. Just saying. But now that we're here, let's head into the sewers. I'm pretty sure we've done most things we can. There's nothing else to do but to use sewer key B and head on in. So, Grand Cell Sewers East Block. This one's a little more complicated than the Western version. We start off in this really big area. Now, if you go this way, everything is mostly fine, but if you go the other direction, I'm pretty sure you run into a whole ton of scissor hands. Yep, there's a whole bunch of them over that side. And through here, there's nothing except a teaser for a later chest. Yeah, if you want to avoid fights, which really, that's not the point of this, the point here is training, you don't want to take the other path, but I guess I can fight a few of them. Yeah, these things are basic enemies now, and they're really not really any different to how they were when we fought them in a large group, so I may as well just, skip ahead. Yeah, that really does that much damage to them. 300% weakness really does it. Also, I love Cast 2 plus Action 3.
99.
We can duck in here, though, and this leads us to that chest. I knew it would be monsters, but we do have new monsters here. A whole ton of new monsters. Okay, what do we got here? We got, Boiled Egger O. Resistant to most things, but not to White Gahana. Explodes when defeated, arts are ineffective. Oh, really? Well, like I said, how about White Gahana? I think, are you immune to petrification? You may not be, and that's probably an issue if I taunt all the butterflies into attacking him. But I guess we'll find out. And they can still poison him. Of course they can. I think you're still just... No, I think you're just out of the AoE. Now, these things, I believe, use lightning-based attacks, so that AoE wind elemental ability... I think I'd rather target the main monsters there. And with White Gahana, I think I can catch most of them. Yeah, I may as well try and catch the boiled eggers, just so I don't eat the art attack from them. That's both of those down. Now, are some of you out of the AoE? Yep, a few of you are. At least they're still aggro onto Zin. Guessing that does not obey the normal rules of aggro drawing. Is quick draw gonna work here? Maybe. Well, it worked on most of them. And how about we try Evil Eye again? Yeah, there we just got the delay effect rather than the massive instant death. And they should be finished soon enough. Yep, there they go. That is a lot of Seepeth. And in this chest we find Gladiator headbands. Definitely worth it. Back for more? Okay, who wants the Gladiator headbands? I kind of want to equip that on Chloe if she was here, but she's not. I suppose Zin can take it. For now, and I guess you'll get a, there's my poison immunity. And we have another entrance here that leads us to another chest. Tirabal. Treasure doesn't respawn, you know. One of the more fourth wall breaking ones. And I think there's really nothing over on this side apart from a whole ton of scissor hands. Seriously, there's a lot of them. Okay, so that's this entire room taken care of. So now we can head out via this exit. I believe that's, yeah, I think that's the only way out. You do kind of get to know these sewers surprisingly well the more you play this game. There's sort of a reason for that, which we'll get to later.
Enjoy the show.
So, continuing further down here. In fact, I believe this is an area that we went to on our first visit to this place. And yeah, these things are showing up as basic enemies now. So, while we're heading... Oh, hi there. You can see some stairs over there. Oh boy, yep, that's that instant death effect going off. That's why you want to eliminate these things as quickly as you possibly can. But this is also where specialty eggnog comes in handy. Although 1000 HP is not really all that great at this point, it's still better than nothing. It's still better than, like, the... In fact, I believe the, is it the only revival spell that you get in this game? Basically, there is a revive spell called Thielas, but it revives with such a comically small amount of HP that it's really not that worth it at all. The only thing that it has over Revival Food is that you can cast it at long range. You don't have to have enough movement to get right next to someone in order to cast it. Now, I'm pretty sure that way leads to progress. Let's head down the stairs. After healing a little bit, though. So, there's really not all that much for me to talk about in this area, so one thing that I can go into is a couple of achievements that I actually haven't talked about yet, that I will still be going for in this playthrough. They are, I believe, you can exchange those for money, you know, and why do you have this many? Wow, oh, I thought I got all of them. Almost got all of them. I was about to say nice multi-kill there, but anyway. So as the Seepeth's about to pop up, it'll be quite relevant to this. These achievements are obtained for getting 1,000 of each Seepeth, and you have to hold 1,000 of each Seepeth at the same time, so it's not like cumulative over the whole playthrough. So for example, you need all of those numbers right there. I guess I can point to them with my mouse. All these numbers need to be above 1,000 at the same time. So the first one requires 1,000 of each Seepeth, which isn't too hard to get through normal gameplay if you avoid synthesizing a lot of quartz, which, well, you have to for the other achievements, so maybe it's not too likely to 100% run. There is a note inside. It reads, "Haha, I knew you'd be back." Now, getting back to what I was saying, the other one requires you to have 3,000 of each Seepeth. And that one, as its name kind of lampshades, is one that you're pretty much not going to get without intentionally trying. So there will be a little bit of grinding involved. I find this room really weird. It's like this half room that's split by a loading barrier in a dark corridor. I guess they need to load the second half of this dungeon or something? Maybe in the original PSP version that was necessary. So like I was saying, I plan to do most of my grinding for that in the final dungeon. Now, a lot of players like to grind that Seepeth off of Shining Palms, but I personally prefer the final dungeon. I kind of forget which of these doors leads to progress and which leads to chests, but I guess we'll find out. I think that one leads to progress, so yeah. Yeah, see that thing right there? That is the boss that we're hunting for this area, and we're on the other side of that wall, but we still can't quite get through. You may notice a switch that is conspicuously behind that boss monster. I think we all know what's going to happen. In fact, I think this path does actually lead to the boss. Yes, it does. Okay, so we're going to take the other path first. But, yeah, some people like to grind off of Shining Palms. Personally, I find the enemies in the final dungeon drop a lot of Seepeth as well, so I might end up grinding there. I'll probably need to grind in the final dungeon a tiny bit anyway, because, well, let's just say this game does have a file transfer feature, and for it, I might want Estelle's level to be at a certain amount. But, about those achievements, you should count yourselves lucky if you're playing this game now. Chest is oh so very, very, very empty. Because the second one, the one for 3,000 of each Seepeth, actually got nerfed in a patch. It used to require 9,999 of each Seepeth. So yeah, I am glad I am playing the post-patch version. Let me guess, this is a monster chest. Yep.
99.
And that's one of those chests that we couldn't get earlier. And hey, synchronized level up, nice. Cestus, you look familiar. And yeah, that other chest over there, we can't get that yet. We'll be coming back for that one later. Oh yeah, and the Cestus, of course, is a weapon for Zin. And the Hawkeye is a weapon for Olivier. The Vern Corporation, I forget if, I think Vern is also from the Empire, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm more familiar with Rhineford for obvious reasons. Okay, let's go and hunt down that that monster that we were sent to hunt down. Before that though, I'm obviously going to go ahead and heal. And for this one, okay, these things are capable of inflicting freeze, so just in case, I'm going to go ahead and equip lighters. The way things go, I usually end this fight long before they get a chance to actually freeze me, but it doesn't hurt to take precautions. Like that, if they get the first turn and do that on you. You know what? Let's swipe that critical turn and actually show this off. We've already seen it before, but not under our control. So anyway, heteromorphous monster, that's a weird word. But yeah, weak to fire. They actually have a lot of HP for sort of mini-boss enemies. But anyway, Shinku Hadouken! That or Aura Sphere, they're kind of the same thing, honestly. You know what? Oh, I accidentally S-broke with Estelle, but she's not going to get a chance to use it because this will finish you off. It's not often that you get to see Olivier's S-craft, and you can tell why. It's really not all that strong. His casting way outclasses it most of the time, so that's why I don't use it for the most part. It looks cool, at least. And that should be an achievement, actually. Pretty sure it should be an achievement. But anyway, from there we can flick this switch. And that opens up this wall. Now the east and west blocks of the Grand Cell sewers are linked. We can get from one to the other at any time via that passage. In fact, if we head on through here, I think that's actually the quickest way to get out of this area. Yeah, back through here. In here. Nope, that's the wrong way. Yeah, around here. Up these stairs and out. So, while we're back in the city, I'm gonna go ahead and report this to Elnar. Now, it's not vital that you report this now, but if you don't report it now, you won't get another chance to for a little while. And that sewer monster east done. We have broken 300 BP. There we go, okay, so it only counts when you report it. But yeah, police patrol, that's for exterminating all of the side quest monsters. So we are slowly racking up those achievements. You know about the kidnapping. Well, Tita hasn't exactly been kidnapped, she's more willingly gone into exile, but we can't explain that yet. Don't worry, we've got a pretty reliable person on the job there. I'm sure he'll be able to go back to his work soon. Well, we're already using a little bit of your quartz, honestly. Not sure about the endorsement, though. The reason why I don't have nearly enough wind, do I? Now, let's see, are you still a fan? Hey, we got someone who's going to be cheering for us, and, well, loudly at that. Well, we're going to need it. We're up against Lawrence, after all. And let's spend the majority of our tournament winnings on special ice cream. No, really, it's a very good investment. In fact, while I'm here, another 2 shield coats. I am going to be needing as many of these as I can get a bit later on, but not quite now. Well, yeah, you've certainly turned around. And people with crushed on Joshua count +1. I told you that count will keep climbing. Well, you're weird. Okay, so with all the ice cream that I just bought, I'm gonna go ahead and try and fill up Zin CP as much as possible. Oh, and Joshua's not quite at full. Neither is Estelle. See, this is why a special ice cream is so amazing. And with that, I think it's about time to enter the tournament. And get ready to face Lieutenant Lawrence.